Hello, and my name is Kurt Hagman. I'm the supervisor for the 4th District, San Bernardino County. I'm very pleased to have our Sheriff, John McMahon, and Chief Hartwig here from our fire department to tell us about El Nino and how we could be more prepared and what we should do to, as families and households, be ready for the El Nino season.
Thanks for having us here today, Kurt.
No, thank you for coming, both of you. Sheriff, as we transition here in this rainy season, what do you think we should be doing at home?
Well, we should be prepared, and we've been given that message for a number of months to get prepared for El Nino, and it's been on not only the local news but the national news. And I think we all should be prepared, and just remember the simple tips of don't drive into flooded waters, don't go up into the mountains when the weather's bad, because ultimately what happens is ourselves as well as the fire department has to go up and rescue people on a regular basis.
I was going to ask you, what are the normal calls for the Sheriff's Department during bad weather like this?
We get a number of calls to rescue people that are out in areas where they probably shouldn't be in the weather that we're having, similar to what we're having today and what we're going to experience for the next several months.
And traffic collisions and additional traffic and such as well, probably.
Absolutely, and our resources, just like the fire chief's resources, are stretched thin when we have events like this. And for us to respond to traffic collisions and rescue people out of flooded waters or in the mountains during severe weather events just taxes our resources.
Chief, I know that you have a lot to do in this time of year as well, and we just had some fire seasons over the last few years with our drought. So what does that mean to us here in the county?
Well, a couple things specifically related to fire is the burn areas, especially up in the 38 area off of Highway 38, is an area that we're monitoring closely with the Forest Service. It takes a lot of the vegetation away, and then it makes really the hillside susceptible to landslides and debris flows. So we're watching that, but really we're going to use a lot of our normal assets, the usual assets, as the sheriff does, to do just different things. Sometimes they're very simple rescues, and other times they're more technical rescues. And of course, using some of the resources we've developed, and really the partnerships with the sheriff, with both our hand crews and as well as our the air resources that the sheriff has, that we put both his dive teams and then our swift water rescue teams on. It's proven to be a valuable asset to the county. For the
people who are watching that may not know, San Bernardino County is the largest geographical county in the United States, bigger than a couple states, both in population and geographic size. So you both have very large territories to cover. Do you use volunteers? Is there volunteering opportunities for those who want to get involved? How's that work, Sheriff?
Yes, we have a large number of volunteers, nearly 2,000 volunteers within our department. They volunteer as medics in our helicopters as well as search and rescue, and those are the folks that we lean on real heavy in times like this to go out in the middle of the night and on weekends and rescue people. As a matter of fact, 3 people this morning were rescued off of the mountains in Big Bear that went out on ATVs in weather like this. Those are the kind of things that our volunteers do on a regular basis to help out the citizens of the county.
Excellent. And Chief, do you?
Yeah, you mentioned it. We have such a large area. It's our service area is over 16,000 square miles, and so trying to get professional help in every one of those square miles is difficult. So we rely on what we call paid call firefighters in some of those outlying areas to help augment the work of professional firefighters. And some of our communities, some of our outlying communities, even our more flood-prone communities like Forest Falls, in the county, has a very active paid call firefighter program. So that's a huge workforce for us. But also we have our CERT teams, and I know you're familiar with those.
CERT team, it was the acronym for those who are watching is?
Community Emergency Response Team. And those are individuals who say, you know what, I don't want to do some of the intense training that it takes to be a rescue technician or search and rescue with the sheriff or a paid call firefighter. I can't commit that kind of time, or I don't have those kind of physical abilities or interests, but I do want to do some of the basic things, like maybe help sandbag, maybe notify my neighbors of some tips that you might have in preparation and of an El Nino or the storms that are coming. And then some of as the sheriff mentioned, some of the simple things like turn around and don't drown. We know that as little as 6 inches of water is enough when moving fast enough to knock us off our feet. Right. And as little as 12 inches can actually move a vehicle. And so it's some of those things that don't look maybe obvious, but those are messages we're trying to get out to the public.
Well, I know, Sheriff, I'm one of your volunteers. After 22 years, I've been volunteer with the department, and more so in the fires, we've been deployed. I remember our volunteers going up and doing some traffic control and some watching security side. But I think there is a need for those who are qualified and those who have the ability and resources and time to volunteer in both departments. Can you get information from your websites? What's the best place to find out information about volunteer opportunities?
Sure, our website is sanbernardinosheriff.org, and then Volunteer Forces is the link that you need to click on to contact our Volunteer Forces staff that will help you with the application process.
Excellent.
Very similar to ours. At the sbcfire.org, you can go to the Join Our Team. You can click on the El Nino resources or the CERT tab as well.
And Chief, I always see fire crews. You always hear that in the news. What are they about?
Yeah, so our fire crews, well, that's a partnership with the Sheriff's Department. So what we did is we have a seasonal group of paid fire crew members that we train in technical rescue, but then some of the more manpower heavy tasks, sandbagging, moving debris or mud, our inmate crews are a great resource for that. And so they have what we call awareness training, very basic training on how to do that, how to be safe while they do it. And then they've been out already this year helping with our Public Works friends, Jerry Newcomb at Public Works, and of course with the Sheriff's Department to help prepare our communities for this flood.
And does the county have real-time information for road closures or those type of things that people can find on the website as well, so they can kind of look forward to their trip and kind of pre-plan?
Some of the best locations for those are Caltrans. If you follow Caltrans on Twitter and or if you access Caltrans or the CHP website, is my understanding.
Those are the best.
I also want to basically let our audience know to look at the San Bernardino County website at sbcounty.gov/BOS for BOSD4, which is our website. We'll have some additional links on there for all the viewers to have information. We'll get it from the Red Cross. We'll get it from other places as well. But we have two great department heads here that are out there to protect us daily. And I can't take this opportunity but to thank you both for the incident we had on December 2nd, for your staff and your personnel who really, I personally hear it literally around the world. I'm getting messages and letters from contacts I have in different countries. Everyone's been impressed, and we're very happy the professionalism and the response that the departments did for us on December 2nd, and we want to thank you for that as well. But now we're trying to get our residents prepared for the winter or the El Nino, and it could take several months for this to go by, and we want to make sure they're out there safe as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for both being here.
Thank you.